Good afternoon and welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the weekend preview show. This time it's a transfer special, lots of stuff kicking off all over the place and not Liverpool, unfortunately. But we'll get into that. We're also touching on a couple of pre-season results that happened last night. I'm not sure who's interested in them, but I'm sure you will be at home. Make sure you smash that like button, people, right, as Laurie tries to get one in early.
It's amazing how pre-season suddenly taken on this major significance. You know?
Didn't say that.
Anyway.
Putting words in my mouth once again. But listen, guys, smash that like button. Get your comments in for us around the table. You've got myself, AGT. Of course, we've got Abbi. Of course, we've got Nicky back in for 3 and 3. Of course, we've got Laurie. And fresh back. 3 shows in a row. And fresh back. He's in the building. It's Matisse.
Good to be back. It's good to be back.
Everyone's slowly coming back.
Good to be
Dribs
back.
and drabs.
How was the City of Angels, man? How's City of Angels? Good?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Angelic.
Unbelievable place.
Love to see it.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant stuff. We're also going to be talking about a certain Manchester United number 2 who is now going to Jamaica to be the manager. I can't wait to talk about that one.
Mclaren.
Do you know what? Someone said that's M.'s uncle. You'd probably believe them. But loads to talk about, including Atletico Madrid wanting this man's Conor Gallagher, including this man as well. Will Victor Osimhen head over to Stamford Bridge? Mikel Merino, is he coming through the door very soon? And Lenny Euro apparently out for 3 months. And Rasmus Højlund out for 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. And there is other news to talk about as well. How are we all?
Good, you?
Yeah, well.
Gorgeous sun outside.
It's nice out there, isn't
It's
it?
hot.
People, protect yourselves. Get your factor 30 on.
You must struggle with this weather.
Yeah, of course. Factor 50. No, I've gone from factor 50 to factor 30,
That's
so
okay.
I'm actually improving.
There's
a
nothing
little
wrong
bit.
with a factor 50. I actually wear factor 50.
There you go. We love to see it.
Slow and steady.
Everyone good though, yeah?
Yeah, very good.
Tired? 'Cause you were on the FTV
yeah,
watch
I did
along?
the watch along yesterday. Yes, I'm tired. But
I
listen, man,
suppose
it's
it
all
was
good.
today, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, it was. This
Busy
morning,
day for
this morning.
Uncle Laurie. Let's get into these pre-season results then, and I must stress pre-season.
Laurie.
I'm not going to get hyped to get above my station. Of course, it's a pre-season game.
Unlike
It
you.
literally means nothing. Right? I can see in the chat, AGT about to be hella annoying. Right? What I'm doing is bringing down the expectations from the season just because we've beaten Arsenal 2-1 in pre-season. It doesn't mean anything. However, what I will say is I'm excited for the season. If that's what we're on, in terms of bringing it out from the back, cutting through the lines, scoring direct goals, killing them with passes, then I'm excited. I'm excited, people. Let's talk about it then. Listen, Arsenal-Liverpool happened last night in, I think it was the Lincoln Field Stadium. 2 of the best teams in the Premier League going head-to-head. A curtain raiser, if you want to call it that. A fitness test, if you want to call it that.
Would you call it a curtain raiser?
That's a bit of a
If you want
stretch.
to call it that.
Don't.
If you want to call it that.
I don't think it's called.
Again, I'm
No,
giving
I
people
I don't
options
think
here.
anyone wants to call it that.
I wouldn't say.
Oh, no, I don't mind it being the curtain raiser.
Thank
man.
you, Nick.
No, I don't mind it being the curtain raiser.
No, it's not.
It's not a curtain.
that deep. It's not
Well, it isn't that deep, but listen, it's still a victory. I had Cecil on my channel saying 3-1, 4-1 to Arsenal. I see Lee Judges give a 4-1 prediction. I see Julian give a 3-1 prediction. Robbie was very confident. They were all saying that there was no big players playing for Liverpool. It should be quite of a walkover. I heard all of this. And you know, I didn't even watch the game. I was tucked up in bed. And
You didn't watch it?
Cecil, if you're watching this right now, first of all, you owe me 20 quid. And then when he came on the channel, I said, all right, double or quits. If we win, 40 quid to myself. I haven't heard from him. I've sent him my
making bets
bank
over the
account
phone.
Listen, I'll
details.
tell you what, people don't pay their bets in here.
I will get it to you.
Oh, you get it to me?
The weakest
We've been away.
promise
You was
I've
away,
ever
I was away.
heard.
Yeah, it's not just you,
So
folks. Also,
Cecil-
some money, you know.
If you're watching, run me my peas. £40.
We should just invoice.
Yeah.
We should just do that.
No, I want cash. I want face-to-face cash. Yeah, listen, goal from Fabio Carvalho, really nice ball over the top from Harvey Elliott, who had a good game by all accounts, and a really nice goal from Mo Salah. We'll come to Arsenal after, but from a Liverpool standpoint, I'm asking you guys, not myself. 2 out of 2 from Arne Slot in terms of pre-season games, a win against Betis and now Arsenal. If you were a Liverpool fan, how would you be feeling after those results? I mean, again, not much to look into, but a good start, no?
I'll be feeling brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to
Why
say.
not?
A win's a win, isn't it? If you win,
Win's a
you
win.
win. I don't really know what to say. It's pre-season. I won't look too much into it. But yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I
Good
wouldn't
stuff
look
to-
too much into it either, to be honest. Just purely
Okay.
because we've had a Euros. People come back from international break.
A lot of players still
People
ain't
just managing
back.
their fitnesses. Yeah, players coming back. I think as long as the foundations are being laid, I mean, you guys already know there's going to be a bit of a drop from Klopp just purely because it's his first season in the league. So I think probably top 4, maybe third. And the trophy is the
trophy
push.
and top 4.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on.
I wouldn't expect a title race. I think if you were in a title race, that would be a big season from Slot. So yeah, I think you guys are at the moment kind of comfortably in that top 4 that I see dropping out of it anyway. So I think it's quite a nice position to be in for a Liverpool fan. I think you kind of know where you're at.
Yeah, Abbi?
I haven't watched any of your pre-season, so I can't really judge on the playing style of Slot at this point. But I think it's one of those things where can you say that pre-season is important or it isn't? Like, obviously it's good in terms of the fitness side, but I personally don't really read into pre-season results too much. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you beat Arsenal, I'm always happy for you. My joke.
From the Arsenal side of things, I think it was a Kai Havertz goal. Again, even though it's pre-season, I'll keep saying it, a lot of the fans were expecting a win. The next game is the Emirates Cup back home.
Well,
Arsenal.
We got Leverkusen, and then we got the Emirates.
Where is that Leverkusen game? Is it out in America still?
No, it's our place.
Okay. So yeah.
But in terms of the
now.
game yesterday, I didn't watch along, as I said, for AFTV. Listen, I was watching that game from the perspective. I was interested to see the new look Liverpool, as it were, under Arne Slot. His style of play, his preferred style of play is to pass through the lines, more possession based, rather than the high energy, heavy metal football that preceded him with Klopp. And so I was interested to see it from that perspective. Worked quite well, obviously, in the first half especially. You got your 2 goals, 2 good goals actually. 2 good goals. We hit back with one later on in the half with Havertz, and in the second half we had by far the majority of the possession, but we couldn't get the goals. And watching that yesterday, I mean, I know it's a pre-season game, but a lot of the same failings that we speak about manifested yesterday. Got possession, a lot of ticky-tacky around the box, no one shooting. We lack a striker that's gonna, get you those goals. I mean, Jesus looked energetic at his moments, didn't score. It's a bit of a concern, man. I mean, listen.
Well, James B, I saw a tweet. He said he struggled last night. Again, you watched the whole game. James B, I saw a tweet. He said Jesus struggled last night.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Against mighty Jarrell Quenser.
At times, he looked threatening. He looked energetic. But ultimately, in terms of being a goal threat,
Well, I think that is still a glaring, not glaring issue, but one of your problems that we think we spoke about on Monday, that you don't have a striker, and I think that will always come back to bite you at some point if you don't have an out-and-out goal scorer. Like, obviously bringing in Havertz last year, etc. That's, you've got goals from all over the pitch, great, but at the same time you need someone that's a killer up front.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, a lot of people probably wouldn't necessarily know this, but Saka was our top scorer last season in the Premier, 16. Havertz got 13. Now I saw Robbie give a post-match interview yesterday, and he was talking about he thinks Havertz will be a 20-plus striker in the Premier League. I'm not so sure, man. We need a striker, and I think last night's game or this morning's game evidenced that, especially in the second half when we had so much possession, but we didn't have any real penetration.
Yeah, there was a couple of bits on.
Your face is saying that.
He's just so wise. I'm just
No, listen, I'm just speaking it as I see it. I'm not dissing Havertz. I'm not dissing the team, but we need a striker. I mean, guys like we'll speak about it. Calafiori, Merino, and all those. They will enhance the team. I said this on the show the other day. They will enhance the team. Yeah. But if you're looking to get it across the line against a team juggernaut like City, we need that man up top to get things done. Is
there any concern still? I know obviously Calafiori's just come in, but Zinchenko started last night. It was that kind of ball through his side which Salah cut across him and Gabriel, and it was a nice finish. I think I saw Troop's instant match reaction. He's talking about a new left back has come in Calafiori, but Zinchenko just isn't that guy defensively. No. Is it clear to say that Arsenal still need a striker and something else in that team? You've obviously got a midfielder now in Merino, should go through in the next day or so. Got that other left back that can play centre back. Is that just the final cherry on the top that you're missing? What? The striker?
Yeah, for me, because I think Calafiori takes care of that left back situation. I mean, it's interesting with Zinchenko last night. I was watching him quite closely. He did get skinned by Salah, but then, to be honest, man,
it's Salah's
going to skin most people in that position. He probably would have skinned Calafiori as well.
Zinchenko won't be playing though.
Exactly. So the Calafiori takes care of that.
Phew,
I think you need right wing Saka depth.
we'll
though.
see.
You think we need what? Sorry?
Saka depth at right wing. Because
Yeah, but if we have to prioritise, which we're going to have to do
Yeah,
at
yeah.
some point, then it's got to be a striker. I mean, we've been linked with Jokeres, is it?
Jokeres, yeah.
Who done really well in the Portuguese league last season. I do remember seeing him play for, I think it was Coventry. against
Coventry,
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I was at that
Yeah.
game, yeah.
Yeah, and he was probably the best player in the pitch that
Yeah, he
day.
was.
However, I think we need a proven Premier League striker, and I think, for me, I'll take Ivan Toney.
Looks like
And,
Tony's staying, apparently.
I know.
According to reports.
I'm
which
not
is
sure. Well,
crazy.
Thiago got injured, didn't he? For
Yeah, I still think it's
out for the rest of the
strange
year.
from Brentford, because you would think that you would want to cash in and get as much money as you can for Ivan Toney this window, rather than letting that go to January and then halving the
free.
price.
Yeah.
So
Well, the striker that they signed, is it Thiago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got injured, didn't
Yeah.
he?
out for
they're-
6 months.
yeah, but then
so-
you've still got a month left of the window. Like
Still got
cash it,
Mbeumo,
if you can get
Wissel.
50, 60 million for Ivan Toney, then go out and use that money and buy someone else to come in, because you don't want to be in that position, as Brentford potentially will be, where it comes to January, if he's out of contract next summer, I think, you
Yeah.
know, when in January, if you want 60 million or 50 million, you're halving that
I
because
don't
of,
even think
because
you
of the
get
rush.
half. I think you'd probably be lucky to get 15 with a few months to left.
Which is wild from a Brentford standpoint. I would think I'd rather cash in, get as much money as I can for him, especially while stocks are still high, and you know, go and reinvest that into the team.
He
But-
feels like one of those deals that might be done quite late. I feel
Oh,
like-
It would
I
appear
hope
though
so.
that we're not
I feel like-
interested in.
maybe not
Which
you
is
guys, but I feel
disappointing
like
from
Tottenham
mine.
should really be interested at the
That
very
is
least.
really
You don't
going
have
to
a-
pee me off if he
have
goes
a
to Tottenham
striker.
and then
It's
starts
driving me
banging
mad
goals.
because it's so obvious that we should go and get him.
I
It's
know.
so obvious.
Sell Richarlison, get him.
Yeah, I mean, it's
simple.
literally like as clear as day, and like obviously, I think things will obviously start to pick up in the window. For us, we've made a few signings here and there, but nothing really statement. But you know, just go and get him. Please give me some show of intent.
Well,
Please.
Brentford have confirmed that Igor Thiago is to be sidelined until late 2024 after surgery on a meniscus injury. So, again, that's going to massively impact Ivan Toney's decision to stay or go. Chelsea 3, Club America 0. The first pre-season win, I believe.
Yes.
Happy?
Yeah. I think you just needed to kind of stabilise ourselves a bit and start seeing some foundations of the new system. I thought there were some good performances to come out of that. I think Mark Gu especially deserved a goal based upon how he started pre-season. It was a nice header. It got a touch from the defender to go in, but it was still on target, so it's his goal. But I would love to see if he can actually consistently head the ball, because we've had no striker doing that since like Costa. Jackson's not great in the air, and neither was Tammy Abraham.
He's not great on the floor either.
Yeah, well, who?
Jackson.
Jackson slander.
Not great.
I can't wait. One day he will shut everyone up, please. But
What day?
he's a good
Yeah.
player.
When?
He's a good player. I don't know what this whole Jackson's not good on the floor. Jackson's a very, very good player, but he's a baby Jesus, and I think actually maybe Jesus might be the baby Jackson this season. I'll be honest. Might actually be roles reversed, judging by that performance I saw. But I think Gusto, left back inverting, really, really good. He did some incredible build-up play for one
He's
of
a
the
good player.
chances.
I do
Really
rate
good
him.
player. He's looking
Gusto.
really versatile. Lavia, really good to see minutes in the tank for him as well. I didn't see him at all last season, so must be like 15 minutes of him. And in Cuckoo as well, dribbled past like 3-4 players to win the pen. So yeah, those are the standouts. But
There's
again,
one name you've not mentioned there. I don't know if that's by design.
who?
Gallagher.
Well,
Well,
get
he
on
didn't
to
play.
it. We'll get on to
Yeah,
that
he wasn't
later,
involved.
transfer
Yeah, he wasn't
story.
involved. Yeah.
Looking at Chelsea's lineup, you had Sanchez in goal. Obviously, this changed and there was a lot of subs. But
Yeah.
to start with, it was James, Tosin, Badashile, Gusto at the back, Lavia and Dewsbury Hall. I'm not sure what you made of his debut for Chelsea. Madueke,
Nice
Nkunku,
assist.
Sterling and Gui. Is that how you pronounce it? Gui?
Gu.
The lad from Barcelona. Kieran Dewsbury Hall, will he fit in this midfield?
I'd be interested to see if he's a constant starter. Personally, I would be thinking Palmer would be coming in here. Definitely come in. Nkuku's much better player, and he was really good in this game. And we need width in the team. If we're going to invert fullbacks, we need width. So I'd expect there to be some out-and-out wingers in that starting 11 as well. So he might be a rotational figure. There's still Caicedo to come back in this team as well. Lavia was brilliant, like I said. So we got Europe. I don't know what form of Europe it is, but we got Europe. So we're going to need to rotate, and we're going to need to see people interchanging and getting minutes. So he'll just be part of the squad, I think. I think he seems to be a Gallagher replacement if you want to go in and out, one in, one out kind of situation. So he was 30 mil, so yeah, it's not crying for starts in terms of cost. So yeah,
We would for a lot of other teams.
I was
30
gonna
mil
say.
to you. That's
30 mil is not
pocket
really a lot
change.
to you either. I don't think.
Pocket change
for you.
Yeah, but
That's
have
pocket
they
change for you.
have they not spent big money on players before? You guys,
We haven't signed a
Nunes,
player.
Alisson,
We
Van
haven't signed a
Dijk.
player, and
And
the
also
only
you've
team in Europe.
spent
that
$1
haven't
billion in
signed
the
a player.
past.
How much was
So much.
how much was Naby
billion
Keita?
pound
How much was
bubble
Naby
job.
Keita? How much was Naby
Bubble
Keita?
job.
50 mil, mate.
50 mil for Naby Keita, and he didn't play games.
Gripping.
Strong grip.
Can I just ask you about what you've
Sausage, it's good to have you, mate.
what you've made of Chelsea so far in pre-season in terms of like the
First two
new
games didn't
style
count. I wasn't there.
Okay,
Yeah, I was-
you've
I was
I saw you
only-
sleeping through the Wrexham
I was in
game.
holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were sleeping.
No, I wasn't sleeping. I was awake. Unfortunately,
No, on Saeed's story.
I was sitting there, composed, calm, watching
I
the
don't know
game.
if it was
Saeed
the
was
gummies, but you was
Saeed was saying I was sleeping. You didn't catch my eyes in that clip. You know, I was looking
They
that
were
way.
closed. They
weren't closed. I
Like,
was
like
awake.
Liverpool, you guys are going to deploy a new playing style apparently. aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's not going
Not
to play
shit.
anything. He's not going to play anything like Pochettino was playing. So it is a complete.
Are you,
different
as a
style.
fan base, are you feeling a bit more confident?
No, I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
Okay.
The season's not even
God,
started.
you're really
yeah,
scarred from
Everything
last year,
together.
aren't you?
We have Man City
You're
first game. If that's
scared.
not a humbler, do you know what I mean? What is? So
Humble.
we'll see.
Oh,
We'll
please.
see how it
Rumble
goes.
first game.
We need to keep players fit first. That's the first thing.
What's happening with the Enzo situation? I heard he's
in
apologised again. And
Yeah,
donations to charity and stuff like that.
They said in
what's
turn-
your thoughts on that?
Well, they said internally the matter's closed. Fofana, I think, willingly apparently came out and spoke to the press and said that everything's kind of been patched up. So I guess that's just going to be where it's
Move
left
on.
off.
Well,
Yeah.
I rated your video on that though. It's a
Thank
great,
you.
great watch. AC Milan 1, Real Madrid 0. I believe there was a debut for Madrid for the new 16-year-old defender. Is it Martinez? The one who looks very similar and plays very similar to Sergio Ramos. They're talking about Juan Martinez, the 16-year-old. Played last night. I'm sure we'll hear more about him as the season goes on from Raul. And then Manchester United 3, Real Betis 2. Amad Diallo. I'm hearing a lot about this kid. Obviously, he scored against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Flex and KG are telling me he's the one to watch this season. United fans in the chat, let us know your thoughts on Amad Diallo throughout the pre-season so far.
I saw Flick's waxing lyrical about him.
Yeah, well, listen, he is a good player. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a special talent. I'll be real. But that's a positive for United. But a negative is that Lenny Euro, 3 months out with an injury. Add that on to Højlund being out for 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. It's more of the same. They had so many injuries last season, but Lenny Euro for 3 months for
You
injury.
hate to see it if
Walking
you're a
around in a
United
boot.
fan. It's just not.
Hate to
it's-
see it with the smile on your face.
You hate to see it. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
It's no, you never want to see any players get injured, but it's a shame because obviously this is the thing with pre-season, and I think we were talking about before. Like, I don't know if we can really blame the pitches so much in America. I think you were talking about it the other day, but
Artificial pitches.
yeah, just it's not ideal, is it? Especially when you've just signed him. You want him to get a good, fresh start in the Premier League. Having an injury that's potentially going to keep you out 3 months is just not what you want. It seems like it's a similar cycle again for United with the injuries already. And would you say Højlund?
Højlund out for 6
Højlund out for
hamstring.
it's just
6 weeks.
6 weeks. It's just it's not the best thing you would want. And players that get injured in pre-season like you had last year with Timber. Obviously they had Kobbie Mainoo who was got injured in pre-season
Timber was
as well.
the first game of
yeah,
the
but
season,
that
yeah.
early stage
But
of the
yeah,
season,
yeah,
like
you're
it's
right,
just
Before you've got started.
exactly. It's
really.
just a bit frustrating, but. What can you do there for injuries? And I think as a United fan, you're probably really gutted to see those two players, get injuries this early on.
There's a chat here from Joseph, which isn't a super chat, I must add. He says, I live in America, the pitches are terrible here. Nicky, I mean, your team had to be called away whilst the storm happened and then brought back on. I mean, there's the weather, that's one thing, but then if the pitch isn't great as well and you're seeing,
See a lot of
hamstring
injuries.
it's not.
Yeah, you see a lot of injuries out
Maybe
there.
time to start really, analysing these pitches before these teams play on
They
them.
don't care.
No, they
because
don't.
because it's about money. They get money for going out there. And as I said the other day, it doesn't matter what state the pitches are. It doesn't matter, how far it is. They'll always drag these players away because it earns them money. They're just commodities
Although
at the end of the day.
the corollary to that is that the players seem to enjoy the experience. I've seen a couple of our players saying about how much they enjoy the tour.
They're not going to say
Not
they
enjoying
dislike
that
it.
if they've got a boot on their foot.
They're not gonna say they
Crutches,
dislike
Yeah, I
it.
mean, listen, injuries are a part of football. You could pick up that injury in a pre-season game in this country. So
You can
But
pick,
I
yeah,
hear
you
you,
can,
I
but
hear
the
you.
pitches are not great. A
Yeah,
lot of them
yeah,
are
I would say
artificial.
Leighton
They
Orient
have
got a better
extreme-
pitch.
They have extreme weathers.
Pitches, I'm
So,
sure.
for example, our game yesterday with Liverpool, what I heard was that game took place at the Lincoln Field in Philadelphia.
Sure.
So it's the home of the Philadelphia Eagles
yeah.
NFL. So what I heard is they laid a turf over the
pitch, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not great, is it?
Great.
It's not
When
great.
You've got pitches that are just there already. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, but it's to protect the...
You had a lot of injuries
NFL.
last season in pre-season in America as well, right? And
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of injuries everywhere. It doesn't matter which country we was in. We was picking up injuries.
Let's be honest, no one don't want to hear no excuses from... listen, I know injuries are bad, but what I'm saying is, especially fans from other clubs, if you start telling them about injuries, people don't want to hear it. They'll say,
there's
look,
no
your squad should
sympathy,
be
is
deep
there?
enough to cover it.
There's no sympathy.
It does put a lot of pressure on
It does.
Xerxes up front because
Massive,
Hoyland's
bro.
now out, so he's going to have to start. I can't think of who else is going to play up front for them because Martial's obviously left out of contract. So, and I
Is
thought,
Rashford injured as well then?
yeah, he is. Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm sure I heard that.
I think he did. I think
Yeah,
he did.
I'm sure he got injured.
Not sure for how long. And I feel like Man United needed another centre back anyway. So now they really probably need to get another centre back because what is it? Johnny Evans.
Harry
for
Maguire.
Delete.
Yeah, he's
They've
out,
obviously been
yeah.
flirting with Branthwaite all summer.
Yeah.
They've got City. Well, they've got Liverpool this Sunday, and then City on Saturday next week in the Community Shield. And then it's Fulham at home, Brighton away, and then Liverpool at home again. So, you know, that is a tough start for Xerxes to just jump into and be acclimatised to the atmosphere, to the pressure. And Lenny Euro as well. 3 months. That is an absolute killer for him.
For him, you know, because I was actually looking forward to watching him.
And the little bit I did see of him, I've got to say, he did look good.
He did look good, man. I'll be honest. There's obviously a lot of hype about the kid, but we won't see him for a while now. Let's jump into the super chats. Dragon says, "Don't worry, AGT. This is just a pre-season game. Arsenal will still win the league this season. Amen." They say. Linga says, "Greetings from Cali, where we've spent 15 years waking up at 4, 5, 6 a.m. for the Reds. I don't want Prem games in the US. It's also so hard, costly to get to Anfield, so a part of me does feel excited." Big up to Linga. Clara Bitsy, she's back. You missed her?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's good to hear from her again.
Nice.
She got something to say about Abby.
It's actually about Chelsea this
She's all
time.
spreading the love these days. It's not all on me.
Yeah, that's because the season.
She's
It's
moved
not
her. She's moved her gun to fire at me and Robbie a little bit at the
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
So that's cool.
I respect it.
Mixing it up.
Quality.
Mixing it up.
Clara Bitsy says, "I'm relaxed after hearing Maresca's comments about a high line and fact that it can be suicidal in certain situations. At least we won't have fools in the fan base ready to sit on the M1 because of high lines for life." So
Oh,
she's
so
back to Abby now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, can't wait. Yeah, let's chat after you get battered 4-0 by City on the first game.
Oh, it's late.
It's not even late, it's early.
Like it.
Liverpool exclusive?
Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Well, hang on. Is this the same source that you told me that?
No. This is
David
very
Moyes was
reputable
sacked
source.
live
Big
on
up
the
my
show?
boys over at the West Ham way because they're very reputable. West Ham are interested in signing Endo from Liverpool for
Not gonna
15 million euros.
What is,
Double it, and
what
then
is
we'll
with
talk.
this price tag of Endo being so low?
No, but
lowball.
He's
But
31
trying to
and
lowball us, mate.
he's for sale. Apparently, this is according to
cannot
this.
be for
He's
sale.
for sale. He come and play for Liverpool. Japanese international is available for a transfer and used to play in Germany where Stuyden was.
How can he be available for
I'm not
transfer? They
sure.
don't have any
I'm
other-
just
He's got-
saying.
he's
I'm
got
just
3
telling you
years
what.
left on his deal.
He's for sale, mate.
And
He's
also,
for
like,
sale.
everyone's coming in with these really
Unless
like,
it's
low ball
30,
offers.
which is a deterrent. He isn't worth 30 at 31
It's only because he's
years old.
I think it's
15
he's
million
because
euros.
what is he 30 years old, right?
No, but let's put a deterrent out because we can't go into the
Alex, they're
season
not
losing
negotiating
another
with
number
you.
6.
They're negotiating with Liverpool. If they're going to sell him, they'll sell him. That's what I said.
You really want him, don't you? You really want him,
So everyone
innit?
was slagging him off. Now come to us end.
Who said that? I wasn't never slagged him off.
Okay, so do you think you're going to get him then?
Nah.
Do you want to have a bet?
Nah.
Okay, that's
I would imagine
I
it's
thought we
unlikely,
were
especially
We're also
given
looking
that
at,
you're not bringing
Carlos-
anyone in.
They don't have any other
Carlos
sixes.
Sola from PSG.
I thought you were going to say Carlos Tevez.
They don't have any other sixes.
Better budget. But we've got Somerville.
Yeah,
And we've also got Fulkrug's on
Is
his way over.
that done?
Tell you what, West Ham are cooking in pre-season.
I like these
They're
signings.
bringing in
Yeah.
some decent players.
Then we get
You know
Endo.
what? West Ham always bring in talented players. To be fair, like
do, they
recently,
do.
Yeah.
He did well last season with Kudos. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kudos,
that was
Paqueta
amazing.
before
He's
that.
staying.
Paqueta's
Kudos
back.
is there. Bowen's coming back.
What
European charge?
position are you aiming for with these?
Give us a number, Nick.
First.
Nah. Go on now.
8th.
I was going to say
Eighth?
7th.
Yeah.
7th.
Not Europa
7th
League.
in Europe.
I think Europe.
I'd love to go back to Europe.
Yeah, I think
I've had
Europe,
the time of
I
my
think
life
Europe.
in Europe.
I think you had a bit too
They have
much fun.
got a new manager though, and again, your playing style will probably change a bit. I think that's
It's
fair to
very
say.
much a higher
From
press.
Moyes to
Yes.
what's his name?
Lopetegui.
Lopetegui.
Yeah,
He's been
yeah.
in the Prem before with Wolves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the playing style of Moyes is very different.
Yeah, it's
to
a
what
very
I
much.
imagine.
It's a
Chalky
hybrid.
cheese,
It's
mate.
got
But
to be a lot.
their
lot
players will
to
probably
get
suit
used
it
to.
more.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's doing. I don't know where that leaves Mikel Antonio, because I've been watching the pre-seasons. I think Danny Ings might be in front of him now in terms
He
of the
really,
energy.
yeah.
Danny is looking to come back.
He's
in a
looking
big way
sharp,
this year.
mate. Yeah, he's looking sharp. So let's see.
All right,
We're
we'll
cooking.
get back onto West Ham. Suj says, AGT, good double in the bet of Cecil or Cecil, however people want to pronounce it, Cecil. Yes, I'm still expecting that monetary exchange from Cecil, so I'll be looking forward to that. Joel says, we don't need a striker, we need an outlet. That could be a striker, but could easily be a winger, says Arsenal fan.
Need a striker.
Joel.
Well, I disagree vehemently. I think it's obvious. I mean, you watched that game yesterday.
He's coming out.
What was that
What word?
Vehemently.
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 Right.
Vehemently.
Laurie is like
Listen,
a walking dictionary.
Pre-season
Pre-season.
Walking
See that game
thesaurus.
yesterday, especially in the second half, when we had by far the majority of the possession and we're knocking it around the edge of the box. We need somebody in there that's going to get the job done, man.
Fulkrug.
No, not
Could have gone for
Fulkrug.
him,
With
no?
respect, not Fulkrug.
I want to see
With
Havertz one more year. Up front.
He's not
you
a
do.
20-plus striker, bro.
Well, there is a striker that's on the market. Romelu Lukaku.
Thank you.
No,
you.
we're not going.
Do I get commission?
Yeah, there is commission coming your way.
say
What do you
no,
want?
say no more,
no.
say no more.
We've had
Send
enough
me your
of
deals.
We had enough of Chelsea.
He's
He's
left
available,
over, man.
and he gets 20 goals
Yeah, where though?
Training.
up front.
Reserves. Robert says Arsenal should get Isak. Glad he plays for the Toon. Shout out to Rob. I have to say, just on the Toon, the way that Adidas have hit the nail on the head with each and every training kit, home, away, and third kit at Newcastle this year. I can't lie, Adidas might be the kings.
They,
right now
they had a
in
great
this
Euros,
thing.
Adidas.
In
Great
this
Euros.
thing that we call football.
They had a great Euros.
Well, they had them in the mid-90s, didn't they? And they was very good with them.
Well,
then.
they're just throwing it
Yeah.
back. They're just absolutely selling out all the retro releases. It's like it's just
It was
cash
the
cow.
it was the golden era of the Premier League era.
But if
wasn't
you can
it?
bring back a bit of nostalgia in a kit, mate, that's selling out instantly. So yeah, shout out the Toon. Jackson will do the moonwalk out of Chelsea to Turkey, says Mason.
No, you won't.
How much you pay for him?
35
That's light, then, isn't it?
or something
It's
like
light. It's light.
35 is like a reasonable fee now.
Yeah.
How much
but
goals do you
it's
think
just-
he'll get realistically next season?
Last season he got what? Was he?
He actually got more than Havertz, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's
Got one
Because
more
that
than
game
Havertz,
against
but
Spurs,
Like what?
wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if you look at
appreciate
how
you.
many that they missed,
Yeah.
And
That
can
game
you
should
do
have been
something
about
for me again?
8-4.
no.
Do you think you can do that again for me? That high line that you did.
I think we'll still be doing the high line, yes.
Good.
I think we will.
Lovely
Hopefully
stuff.
not the two-man sending off and the two injured in
Well,
10 minutes.
depends if
Karma,
we.
though, really.
I mean,
See
I
what
don't think we're going to get
happens against you,
Osimhen.
2-0.
But if we were to get Osimhen, that drastically
Crowd.
drops Jackson's goals because it's going to drop his minutes. But
I'm
I
not
don't-
sure Osimhen's worth the hype, man.
I don't.
I don't.
sure it's worth
I'm
think
not
he's-
convinced.
No.
I'm not.
Very Chelsea's going to get someone
Trent.
like
Yeah,
that.
he's very Chelsea.
Oh,
That's
very
Chelsea all over.
Chelsea.
Old
It
Chelsea,
is very
maybe.
Chelsea.
Not this
Nah,
Chelsea.
Chelsea have ruined the game.
Someone say it in
Kelechi-
Twitter Spaces and see if he signs him. Done.
Literally.
We ain't got the capacity.
Kelechi says, Chido Obi Martin, hold that, Arsenal fans.
You know what? We were
16-year-old
talking about it on the
refusing 15k a week, allegedly, if you are to believe. the
apparently Arsenal doubled their previous what they would have offered to a player of that age, and they weren't prepared to throw their wage structure out like that. But it is disappointing. I mean, he's been a bit of a goal scoring phenomenon, hasn't he? So when you got a prodigy like that, to let him go to Man United as well, if that guy turns around and starts banging them in, a lot of
it's
people
long.
are
How
going to be
old is
very. He's only 16.
Jeez.
Apparently
And he-
Ruud
Like, he's been
Van
breaking
Nistelrooy
goal scoring
had a chat
records
with him.
from time. Huh?
Van Nistelrooy had an arm around his shoulder and had a chat with him. They doubled the money. I think he's on the same wages
30K.
now as he's not far off. Mate,
And I
Luis
think,
Diaz
to
is
be
on
fair to him,
45.
though, a lot of people are talking about money, but from what I
mental.
understand,
Ineos have changed the structure.
a lot of people are talking about money, but from what I understand, the deal breaker was that United said, look, you are basically third in line.
Third, behind
Yeah.
Xerxes and
Yeah.
Højlund.
Well, now
so-
be second. They're fine and
Yeah, he's
Obviously he wants
second
to
in line
play.
now.
So he's looking at it like, I've got realistically more chance of playing at Man United than I
Where would you guys
Arsenal.
have
And-
had him? Havertz, Jesus.
Well, he would have been down the pecking order.
Fourth or fifth, no?
Yeah.
After Eddie
And we got to be honest to say, as many qualities as Mikel Arteta has,
nice.
one of them is not promoting youth team players and giving them that much minutes. So
True.
again, the family and his representatives may have looked at that and thought, you're more likely to get fast-tracked at United than you would at Arsenal. So.
And there's more money. Clara says, Matisse, thoughts on us signing 2 more goalkeepers this week with Jorgensen and Penders, making it 8 goalkeepers on the book. You can put them all in the net if you want.
This must be another
But
loophole.
this kid, I'll be honest, Jorgensen, I watched the La Liga documentary last week. He's from Villarreal. He didn't have a good season with them. I know it's only 20 mil, but who do you want to be Chelsea's number 1 next year?
I would have loved the Porto keeper, of course. I think he's incredible on the
Costa.
ball. Yeah, he's incredible
Diogo
on the
Costa,
ball.
yeah.
I'm surprised you ain't gone for Ramsdale.
I am not surprised. I would not like Ramsdale.
I am not
No, thank
surprised.
you. No, thank
You
you.
don't think he's better than what you got?
He might be, but that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
He's an awful goalkeeper.
Yeah, no,
Really?
I've
thank
never
you.
rated him.
No,
at
thank
all.
Awful is quite
What about
strong.
you, Abby?
Oh,
Don't
he's
you rate
awful.
him?
She won't like him, will she?
He's a
Got relegated twice.
hype merchant.
England keeper?
Hype merchant.
He's a good keeper.
I think he had that season where he was in goal for you the whole season. I think he did all right.
And he probably thought,
And the stock was-
definitely got
yeah,
that season in the bag.
I would
And
never
then-
have thought that you would then have gone and got another keeper because he had a decent enough season. But clearly he's not that.
I remember
not that good.
calling it when he was in goal. I said, the guy's a clown. He's a clown.
Wow.
He's a
Awful clown.
Awful. He plays up. He's reckless. He's and then he comes out.
Concentration's not great.
Scathing.
Honestly, I can't stand the geezer. I can't stand
So
him.
is that what it is then? You just don't like
No,
him
I
as a person?
don't like him as a player. He's reckless. He nearly
Would you have a
broke
pint
in
with
the
him
night.
now?
There were games last season, even that one he came in. I
Huh?
know it was about confidence. Was it against Brentford that he gave it, but like you got away with it again? I'm sure
You know
it was
where he,
Brentford.
line,
you know
yeah.
where he went wrong is that last season he gave that interview.
That interview where he
That's it.
said, "What did
I
he
can't
concentrate.
He
Can't
can't
concentrate
concentrate.
for
He has
90
to
minutes.
play up with the fans."
Yeah, that was
when,
not
I,
good look.
when I heard that, I was like,
Budweiser
"This
interview.
guy has
Good
not
look,
thought
yeah.
through what he said at all."
But he is, trust me, he is a good keeper. He is a
I
good
think he's got good
He's good.
aspects
He's
to
not
him,
great.
but I don't
And
think
that's-
he's.
I
That's
could
not
see him
what
at
I-
West Ham.
No.
He's a work in
He's not a
progress.
title-winning
No.
Premier League goalkeeper, I'll be honest. And I don't think you think that either, as well, with all due respect.
I don't think he's our
he's not
problem.
gonna keep
I've
you
told you where
25
our
clean
problems
sheets and win the
lie.
league.
I think we could have finished second with Ramsdale in the team. I mean, listen, Raya is better with his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of shot stopping and everything else, I think they're very similar. I don't think there's much
I
difference.
think it's maybe. I mean, if you come out in an interview and say you struggle.
That was not a good
concentrating,
look.
No, well,
That
He
was-
makes, he
and
makes
making
lots
a
of
laugh and a
mistakes
joke
as well.
about it, yeah.
He makes lots of mistakes. Comes out, he's reckless. He's
I mean, look at
reckless.
Keller yesterday in that friendly. Did you see the errors that he
I was
made?
asleep, mate, and we won
Oh.
the game, so not too bothered.
but no,
about
I don't know.
You show me a goalkeeper that's not got error. Jordan Pickford's a very accomplished
Right,
keeper.
Edison,
Look, you
Alisson,
listen
they've
to a
all
lot of
made
Everton
mistakes.
fans, they will say he's
No,
got
they all make
mistakes in
mistakes, but he makes more mistakes than most.
Who's your keeper then?
Areola.
You telling me that Areola's better than Ramsdale?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
110%.
Damn,
He's going with the 10
Wow.
extra.
Honestly.
Confidence.
I wouldn't have him. And
You wouldn't have him.
no, I
But
wouldn't.
he's
have
better than what you got, right? He'd be an improvement on what you
I
got.
don't know if he's.
I don't know.
Better
I
than
mean,
Sanchez.
Sanchez has got errors in him. Jorgensen, I don't know that well.
He's got errors in him as well.
Yeah.
Would I have
Well,
Ramsdale
we'll
over
see.
Vicario?
Great,
No,
brilliant.
the only thing I would say is I just need Vicario to be a bit stronger on a corner.
On a
But in
corner,
terms of shot
yeah.
stopping, I think Vicario is great.
Well, there you go.
For the most part.
Clara Bitsy then says, can we just mention on the show that Robbie has predicted Havertz to score 20 plus goals this season?
I just did, yeah.
Laurie has mentioned that. Sai
Not for the
says-
first time, I don't agree with my brother.
Yeah,
on
I'm
that.
sure
I don't
you
see
won't.
that
Rarer
at all.
when you do agree.
Yeah. Genuinely, they always butting heads. Sai says, this could be a bit of an open Premier League like 16-17 when all those big managers came in. Yeah, listen, Man City and Arsenal will still be there or thereabouts. I expect Liverpool to be just underneath them. But then the rest, Christ knows.
What about Villa? No
What
one's talking
happens,
about
I'm
Villa.
not sure. Mate, exactly. That's actually quite scary that no one are, because they're doing their business. I did hear they were linked to Lukaku as well. We'll get onto that shortly.
Who?
Villa. And Lukaku potentially. Laurie, Robbie predicted Kai getting 20 goals this year. I can only hope. And Joshua says Chelsea sign this Genk goalkeeper. They already have 7. FFP. I'm not sure.
FFP don't really apply to
And then Clara comes back, and I think she's got it in for you again.
gosh.
Abby,
Yeah.
on the previous show, you mentioned this season seems like a Leicester type season. Are you implying Spurs to be the Leicester of this season?
No, I'm not implying Spurs at all, but I just have this feeling because, funnily enough, what we just said, there could be some weird things going on this season. I'm not ruling out Villa at all. I think Villa will be right up there. I know they've got Europe. That might make a difference, but I just think that it might be one of those seasons where you see something different
I'll
happen.
give you a team that might be that guy.
Tottenham.
Crystal Palace. Finished
yeah.
very
With
strong
that
last
manager.
season.
I think
No, but
I think
Lost the
he's
lease,
man. Listen, bro.
But they did lose Elise. No,
Yeah,
he
but-
was
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah, with
But
that
also,
manager. That's what I'm
if they're
saying.
managing to keep hold of
Glasner.
Eze,
Yeah,
which,
Glasner. But
as well, they couldn't
Look
lose
what he did
both.
with Mateta.
Good.
He
No.
turned Mateta into a bit
No,
of a
Elise
laugh,
is a big
from a
miss,
laughing stock
Into prime Drogba.
into
yeah,
Yeah.
Honestly.
so
I don't know.
with
feel-
that
feel like
direction of
something-
travel, they could be a team to watch, just like Villa was.
Elise is a big miss though.
Massive,
It is, yeah.
massive.
And they
But-
need to keep hold of Eze
Yeah,
as well.
keeping hold of Eze is massive.
And
for
Morton
them,
as
so
well. He's,
Yeah.
he's a key player. Let's jump back into Atletico potentially wanting Conor Gallagher. He's rejected a huge 2-year extension at Chelsea, which would have made him one of the top earners. I mean, he would have been in the top 25 players who are all over 200k probably.
He has no idea about our wage
Well,
structure, does he?
that's why I
Does he,
said
chat?
probably.
He
Save
doesn't. He
myself.
doesn't know. Who's
No,
gonna
no one is
tell us?
like
No,
that.
hold on.
Save
Who's gonna
myself.
tell Alex that we actually don't splash on wages and we actually have a really
you look at
annoyingly strict wage budget?
Amortization.
No, it's it's actually a
Amortization
strict
on the
wage
wages.
budget.
Right.
That's why Osimhen's
But
unlikely.
there's just
because we're not
it's
going to
that
give him
strict 'cause
200k.
You're paying about
Yeah,
42
but you're paying.
people.
Yeah, but you've paid mental transfer fees.
Some mental.
Sorry, have you been asleep
Some-
for a while?
Yeah,
and
a
you,
lot-
You
some-
don't know
Have
what's
you
going
missed the
on.
A
last
lot of
18
20 mil
I
months?
know you've been
transfers.
away. I know you've been
A
having
lot
a
of
good
20,
time.
25 to 30 transfers.
So what is your wage structure?
But add
Tell
them
us.
up. That's over $1 billion.
It is
my
a
friend.
lot. It is a lot. But we don't pay huge wages. That's for sure.
All right. Well,
Okay.
well, maybe that's why he's rejected it then. Do you think? Because it's now his decision. They've put the contract on the table. We know Tottenham are interested as well. I actually see him loving life under Diego Simeone in terms
Yeah.
of being that dog that just runs around kicking everyone. That's what he wants from you, really. I'll be honest.
Is that what you think of him? He just
No,
runs
I
around.
think
kicking
that's
you?
what Simeone would turn him into.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's better than that.
Right.
But if you were him, what would you do in this situation? Because Atletico Madrid, London,
If I was him, I'd probably run my contract down. Because why not?
stink the gaff out, maybe.
Just get a signing on fee. End of the season, big signing on fee. No need for transfer fee. Pick wherever I want to go because it's going to be the same clubs interested next summer. But I don't know. I think when that news came out, everyone reported it at the same time. So it smells of a briefing. And a 2-year deal. What does that really do? They're still trying to sell him next summer. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that they were going to give him a big contract because they don't value him in terms of. He's not high of importance, so why would you then pay him a lot of money? Why would you put him as one of your highest earners when you're trying to sell him and you don't want to price him out of a move next time you try and sell him on that new contract because then less clubs will be able to afford the contract. So I don't really understand the logic because they've been trying to sell him for like 3 windows in a row and now suddenly they're trying to offer him a new deal.
I
Doesn't
think
really
it
make
stinks.
sense. Doesn't sound.
It's
doesn't really
an
make
example
sense.
to me of what is massively wrong with the modern game. You've got an academy graduate there who would literally die to play for Chelsea. We know he's proper Chelsea. We know he's come through the academy.
So
we
why
know
is he
he's been the
turning down
captain.
deals then?
But it's the way they've treated him in the last few windows. They've almost auctioned him out as if it was Sotheby's. They've auctioned
No, but
him out to anyone
maybe
who's
it's the
up for
managers
paying it.
come in and said, "Look,
He doesn't
I want to
seem
keep, I want to keep Gallagher." So they
If-
made
if
him an
you're
offer,
Gallagher,
and now he's
you're
turned it
going,
down.
"Mate,
No.
I've not felt much
They
love."
wouldn't have brought in that manager if his plan was to keep Gallagher because they've always wanted to sell Gallagher for pure profit. Pochettino wanted to keep Gallagher, and that's where the issue started because he was never going to get what he wanted. So why would he bother?
No, but what I don't understand, why the about face? If they were desperately
I think-
trying to
I
get
think-
him out, why are they making these improved
Because
offers?
I think what they're trying to do, and they've done this before, is that when they're trying to sell a player, they want to switch the narrative to
Oh, make it look like.
let's make it look like he rejected the offer. So now there's no reason to be annoyed with us
Oh, I
because
see, right,
he
yeah,
clearly didn't want to stay, right? So well, you may as well go and complain to him. That's what I see when I see that come out.
I'd still like him at Tottenham. Apparently, we're monitoring. We monitor a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
we monitor on Lee's show.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys ain't serious.
We
man.
do a lot of monitoring without.
I hope he goes to Atletico. I think it'd be a good. move.
Yeah, I
Champions
can
League
see him there.
Yeah.
I can see him there as well. Obviously, I get
New
why you do
experience.
because proper Chelsea coming to Spurs is not really proper Chelsea, is it?
Monitoring.
Yeah, it'd be weird. I'll be
But I
honest.
wouldn't worry. We're just going to monitor like we do.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think.
Tottenham
Just
Hotspur, the
monitor.
tyre kickers. That's what they are.
Yeah, literally. And it's like one of those things where it's like, oh no, we've lost out to him. Darn
we were so
it.
close.
Do you know what? Do you know what
We're so
Tottenham are?
close. We
Do
were
you know what Tottenham are?
monitoring
And the
him.
contract ready.
They're the people that send you a message on Facebook Marketplace. Is this still available?
Yeah.
You go, yeah.
Is it?
Nothing.
Yeah. And then a month later, is it still available?
Is it still available?
And then as it says sold, it's like, oh no, I was going to buy that.
Oh, I'm gutted.
Gutted.
Oh, I just got in the car and everything.
Yeah. Very
way.
Spurs.
Jesus. There you go, though. Matisse, Chelsea top 4. How confident are you? Says Chelsea FC Enjoyer. Good name.
Ask me at the end of the window. I need to see. I think the goalkeeper, I'm unsure because I don't know the keepers. I know Sanchez and I'm not confident with him, and I don't know this new keeper that well. That's a very big position.
You spent a lot of money on goalkeepers, didn't you? Just let him go.
It's just the quantity of keepers we have is ridiculous. Striker position as well, still unsure because of course we know Jackson isn't clinical. He's really young, so I don't want to put loads of pressure on him. And yeah, got to keep people fit.
Speaking of strikers, Victor Osimhen, we know he's been again auctioned round to the top clubs in Europe. Really, there's a massive fee over his head. Failed to live up to big things last season. Talks of a loan move to Chelsea. The agent shutting down the idea of a loan move. We know Napoli are eyeing Lukaku. Is there almost like a bit of a chess game going on here?
No, I don't think so. I think Napoli want to get rid because he wants to leave. Conte wants Lukaku because he always wants Lukaku everywhere he goes. But the problem is that his wages are high and he's not going to take a wage cut. I think reportedly he's on 180. He's going to want minimum 200. We don't pay 200.
They pay 180, they don't pay 200.
Yeah, we'll pay. Yeah,
there is one club out there that will pay.
No, we don't pay 200. Elise's on 180 at Bayern. We were interested in Elise back-to-back windows. We didn't get him because his wages were too high, apparently. So
he's going PSG.
325k.
But PSG also don't want to pay the fee. That's
Lukaku,
the thing.
Apparently.
So otherwise, he would have gone PSG already. So I don't know what's going to happen
You
there.
do pay over 180.
I can tell you all the players that you pay over 180 a week for.
Before the sporting directors came in. So
Nkunku,
Sterling,
Fofana,
before
Chilwell,
okay, right.
James,
So-
Sterling, Lukaku.
Hold on. Okay, so
Lukaku's
hold on. Listen,
325.
this is where I'm going to educate.
Jesus.
This is where I'm going to educate. All these players came in before the sporting directors. So
2023?
Yeah, before the sporting directors. So you're looking
Really?
at Chilwell wasn't even under this ownership.
But you said we don't pay over 200.
Oh.
Because the sporting directors are
there's
the ones negotiating.
6 examples.
Why
of,
are you bringing up Lukaku as the previous regime? Why are you bringing up Chilwell?
well,
as
he's still
previous
under
regime?
contract.
Are you silly?
You're trying to
Are
sell
you
him.
silly? Are you gonna be silly? Or are you gonna? You understand what I mean, don't you?
I mean, it's in front of me.
That was Todd Bowie before the directors.
Right. So that's what.
So
it
you
comes
understand
down
what I
to.
mean, right?
So let's.
I mean, again, we can go on a different website. and get the
Alex
numbers
is
up.
choosing to report bias
At what
today.
point is it-
7.
when was
Even
the-
Fofana's on 200. David, not even Wesley.
Fofana joined. Fofana joined.
Where's the soundboard,
Well,
man?
Did you
where
say
was-
Datro? Do you really believe that?
No, I said David Fofana is on
He's not
200.
That's
How
right.
much is Enzo?
How do you know?
Because I know Datro Fofana, who was on loan at Burnley, is not on 200k.
But it's not
Alex,
really
come
out of
on,
the
man. If you're
realms,
going to host,
though.
can you
Brother.
please
Brother.
be sensible
Brother.
here? Do you believe Datro Fofana's on 200k?
That seems like a nibble.
Do you believe
Two
Datro
websites.
Fofana's on 200k?
Two
What I am interested
Maybe
in is how much,
you should just swap seats.
how much is Enzo on?
I'm feeling.
we should get it
feel
up.
I'm
Do you
feeling
feel
that
it?
you're slightly
feel like you're
rattled
rattled
by
a bit,
that.
bro.
I just think
You're
it's a
coming
bit
like
early.
I think
me.
you should just do
It's
better.
babe, it's
Enzo's on
pre-season.
180.
Don't rattle too early. We've got a long season
I think you should
ahead.
just do better.
I haven't
rattle.
seen you like this, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're just being
I'm
silly.
merely
We
the,
haven't even
the
kept the
messenger.
ball in the
Because you're just
league
being
yet.
silly.
The
Look at
website-
the
Man's
rate
just
of
gone
it.
for flight.
The website's
man.
wrong.
They're too
Jet lag, innit?
The website's wrong.
Enzo's on 190k.
Yeah.
I don't know what Enzo's. I don't know.
But according to this, Enzo's on 180.
Well, it's wrong because that. So he needs to.
What is your way? If it's all wrong, what is your way?
No,
structure?
just because.
Where do you get the info from? Let's type that
Yeah.
in. And then we'll...
Where'd you get yours from?
Capology.
One's wrong, so that means now all of it is questionable. I'll be
Oh.
honest.
ChelseaAccounts.com, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Cucurella,
Go on Football Manager, you might get better
175 a week.
Again, Todd Bowie. When did he join?
I don't know.
I'm
mean,
just.
So basically, what
I
he's
don't
saying
really
is
think-
that the
I
new
don't
guys,
think-
yeah, I do.
He understands what I'm saying.
The
but-
new guys are saying, listen, we ain't about that life. We ain't
all
doing
those
new
that.
guys,
guys as
all those
of
guys that
a
he's
year.
naming joined when Todd Bowie was sporting director in the first window when he was handing out cash to everyone.
But you said we don't pay over 180.
to now, because we're talking about right
Okay,
now. We're
but
talking
you
about
didn't say
transfers
New signings.
this summer.
New signings. new
Okay,
signings.
but still, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are.
It's giving rattled. All over.
Just giving, not
It's
understanding.
giving
Let's move.
rattled.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
It's giving can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait.
It's giving me, can't wait for the season to end vibes. That's what that's giving me.
It's giving me can't wait to beat them in another final at Wembley vibes, but maybe that's just
Don't
me.
go to
Klopp's
it.
not there.
Doesn't matter. Mikel
Okay,
Arteta,
well,
Mikel Merino, both got the same name, which is a good start. Real Sociedad have agreed personal terms. They believe that the clubs have settled on a €30 million fee. Barcelona are after him as well. they look like they're about to get Danny Olmo as well, by the way. I actually think this is a really good signing.
No, it is a good signing.
I think it balances your midfield. It gives you another option. He's almost going to create some kind of working relationship between Calafiori, Merino and Martinelli, I think, on that side, in terms of overlapping, inverting. I think it's a very astute signing, and I don't believe it's just because he had a decent Euros. I actually believe they've been
monitoring,
and they've been monitoring. And Real Sociedad, they don't let go of a player unless he's going to bring them in a lot of money. The way they do their transfers is actually incredible. They only promote really young players from the Basque Country. So talk to us about this signing, man. I'm quite excited to see him.
Yeah, listen, man, another one that will enhance the team. It's a positive signing, it's a positive move, and he can do little bits of other things in midfield as well. So we know how much Mikel Arteta likes versatility. So yeah, man, he will go down well. However, I give you that caveat: we need a striker, and until we get that, I can't sit here with chest and say that we're going to win the title next season, because I know, right?
We can.
We all know from watching football, Premier League football is a relatively low-scoring game. Chances are not finite. You need a guy that's going to put it in. What's going on?
Did you hear what he said? Sorry, carry on.
What's that?
What did I say? Title contender. Keep talking, man. Don't worry about him.
me and Mark just copying little receipts that we'll keep throughout the season.
Okay, right.
Clip that.
Listen, man, I'm just speaking from the heart.
The little side eye. Right?
Speaking from the heart, man. I'm all in favour of the signing, and not only that, we're letting Smith Rowe go, people like that. So
that's paid for it, really, hasn't it?
Exactly. So it's a good signing. However, I go back to what I said at the top of the show. Until we get the striker, I cannot sit here and say we're going to win the title next season.
Would you take Alvarez at City?
Yeah, that's an ongoing
he's an absolute
conversation.
bagsman, mate. He's a baller. He's so good.
He's got a shot in him.
I would take him, actually.
He's so good. He's so good. Speaking of Arsenal and strikers, Marseille, they're only willing to pay around 17 million for Eddie Nketiah. Talks are continuing.
I thought
Arsenal
I heard
holding
that
out for a lot
to
more.
20.
According to this, it says 17. But again, you could maybe squeeze a few more out of them. But
I think we might end up seeing him go.
If I'm Arsenal, right, Eddie Nketiah, no matter what people think about him, he's 25, he's English, he's a striker, Premier League experience. Definitely can, if he starts every week, he can definitely get you 10 to 15 to 20 goals a season. 17 million. I know Marseille have come in and tried to buy a few duds off the Premier League this season, but I mean, you should be in for him if he's 17 million.
I like Eddie. I think he'd work well with us. He's a hard worker. You know, he doesn't put away all
so
the...
it's Mikel Antonio.
He's better finisher.
He's a better finisher, yeah. I think he's a better finisher than Mikel.
More natural finisher.
No, but I'm with you. Listen, I'm on the record as saying that Eddie is a good player. A lot of the Arsenal fans don't really... He's not prolific.
He's not prolific, but he's a good worker.
But he's a work in progress, and he works hard.
He starts every week, mate. He could...
Yeah.
He could
I like
it. So kind of judging him off like...
bits and pieces.
Coming in and out. And no,
he deserves a bit better than that. If he played up front I know Palace is maybe the wrong example because the Mateta's found his goal scoring boots, but if he plays for a
Everton,
it could be a Fulham, it could be an Everton, he gets you 15 to 20 goals.
Yeah, I agree.
And for 17 to 20 mil,
certainly 10 to 15.
Hang on,
certainly 10 to
Speak 15. Of the devil, and he shall appear. This is breaking news. What a coincidence! Eddie Nketiah and Olympique Marseille have now agreed personal terms. It depends on the clubs. The deal is not close yet with Arsenal, but negotiations
What's
continue.
the fee?
I guess that's the sticking point.
I mean, listen, Marseille are not stupid. They will know that Arsenal have not been inundated with offers for Eddie, and they know that Arsenal do kind of want to let him go. And I think Eddie kind of realises as well that the game's up at Arsenal. He's got a career to think about. Sitting on the bench game after game is not going to be doing him any good. I think it's a mutually beneficial move. If we take a little bit less, sometimes you just got to...
I'd be wanting 30 mil.
Yeah, but what you get and what you want is two different things.
100%.
He needs to leave.
With all those things that I've just said, 25, English striker.
I don't think you get 20 goals. I think you inflate it.
I think you're getting 10 to 12 if you're starting every week.
But an English striker that gets 15
yeah,
is probably round about 30 mil, isn't it? Is he not?
Well, I think, but also because
he's
that.
I'm being realistic.
Because he's that far, his wages firstly are a problem because he's on 100k.
So
that's too
not
much.
Not that bad.
It's
Number 14
it's not great.
and 100K.
100K is not great. And then
Not for 10
you.
goals.
I'll take it. I'll take
and then
100k a week.
and then because he's so low on Arsenal's pecking order, it doesn't put them in a strong negotiating
No.
position.
Exactly.
So
And I think Marseille will be perfectly aware of all that, and they'll be saying, "Listen, man, he's hardly playing for you guys."
He's
Yeah.
25
Damn,
as
yeah,
well.
he's
He needs to.
left
He
as
needs to go and get game time.
That's what I'm
Same as
saying.
Smith Rowe, man. He needs to go and start his career properly.
70 mil is a little bit under what Arsenal would have expected, but I think anything approaching 20, they're probably going to have to take it because
yeah.
They want him off the books.
it's mutually beneficial for him to leave. Arsenal are not going to play him. We've seen last season when we needed goals, Eddie was coming on in like the 88th minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And surely the penny's dropped with him. His career is not. He's not going anywhere at Arsenal. Okay,
I
so
thought
he
he was
needs
a
to
little
be
bit
playing.
unfairly treated at Arsenal because you bring him on in the 88th minute, he wouldn't score, get him off.
Yeah, exactly.
He's only
But in the
come
cup,
on.
when he's played for you in the cups, he's done all
He
right.
scored loads of bags of goals.
The potential is there, man.
Yeah.
There is a player in there. He just needs
At
to.
25, that
Consistency.
potential needs to
So where's he
start
at, Lyon?
showing its head.
Marseille.
Marseille.
What about Fabio Vieira? What's happening with him?
It looks like he's going to stay. I think it's a big season for him. He had a decent game actually against Liverpool yesterday. I've noticed
good
he's been
player, I
featuring in it. Yeah, he's very talented. The knock on Vieira is that he's a bit lightweight.
Bit lightweight.
He looks La Liga to me.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks
So
Benfica
I
to
think
me.
if his career doesn't take that upward trajectory this season, the following season I reckon probably be gone. So this season's big for him.
What happened to that Marquinhos winger that you bought?
He's gone.
Is he still under contract or he's
No, I
gone?
think he's gone.
So he was a
Yeah.
backup to
Yeah,
Saka.
he was
at
on
one
loan
point,
and then
wasn't he? Liverpool. It seems like Liverpool and England defender Joe Gomez remains open to leaving this summer after a move to Newcastle fell through last month. Again, bit of a delayed drop on that news, but the rumours were that it was Joe Gomez in a swap deal with Anthony Gordon plus 30 million,
wow.
which I don't know.
Anthony Gordon going to Liverpool.
Yeah, well,
that
he's a
seems
big-
a bit.
he's
That was
big red.
PSR, I think, but obviously they sorted that out.
Yeah, the July 1st deadline because they sold Elliot Anderson to
and,
Forest
someone else, yeah.
for like 35 mil. Yeah, I mean, for me, Joe Gomez must stay. He's our longest serving player.
He's got
Very
enough to
good
do, hasn't
in
he?
3 or 4 different positions. I understand that he's going to want to play a lot more, but last season he was one of our most capped players. It would be a decent move because I know he'd start for Newcastle, but at the same time, we probably still need another centre back, so I'd keep him for the
I definitely
time
would
being.
keep
Yeah, but how far is he down the pecking order?
No, but when Trent
Depends
goes,
what position you're talking
when
about.
Trent goes to Real Madrid, you're going to need cover. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At right back.
Next year you will, yeah.
You're going to need someone.
Got Conor Bradley, so he can play right back as a number.
He knows how he's ignoring the height. He's best to ignore it.
Moving on, aren't I?
He knows. That's the thing. He knows.
I know it's happening.
He knows
but
it's
next
going to
year.
happen.
Next year, all right.
But are you okay? Are you happy that it's probably been ruled
On
out
a free.
this year?
Yeah, obviously.
But does it not bother you that?
No,
he's
Real
gonna go
Madrid
on a
actually
free?
nasty, you know. On a
Does that
free.
not bother you as a Liverpool
No,
fan that
because he'll
you're?
sign a contract and then we'll sell him
Will
for
he?
loads of dough.
Will
Will he
he?
though?
Will
Will
he?
We all do that.
Will he? Oh, I don't know about that, AGT.
He's not signing no contract.
Contract? Are you sure about
Do
that,
you
mate?
know how much he's going to pick up for going to Real
Oh,
Madrid?
that signing
He
on
goes on the
fee.
free.
Yo,
That's
he's going to be
lot
able to
of
buy a
money.
club like Mbappe.
Yeah. But does that not irritate you more? The potential
On a
that he
free.
might go for on a free.
The best things in life are free.
Must not happen. That cannot
But
and will
it's
not.
quite
and
it's
must
quite
happen.
likely that might happen.
The club are
It
going to
must
sit
not,
him
though.
down and they're going to say to him, I tell you what, look, I've
Sign
got this,
a new
I've got this
contract.
contract for you.
That locks you in. Doesn't
listen,
guarantee you.
And prices you.
Yeah.
When you go next summer, either you're going to get the money or we're going to get the money.
Yeah.
Sign that to make sure we get the money. Yeah. And he's going to go, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And the deal's more
Wait, mate.
complicated now because there's a contract.
Yeah, because it's a contract and they've got to pay money now.
Yeah.
Well, at the minute he's in Barbados on holiday of Irish Law.
What does
Jude
that mean?
Law's daughter.
What-
So he's having a
what
good
relevance
time.
does that have?
No,
Yeah,
zero-
reset yourself, recharge,
Zero
come into the new
relevance.
season.
What?
You're the vice
He's on holiday
captain.
with
I'm
Tchouaméni.
You're probably
having
a year away
brilliant
from being
time.
the captain.
Wasn't he on holiday with Tchouaméni and Mbappe?
No, it was with Cecil and Curtis that he was away with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-Real Madrid players.
I mean, I feel a lot of deflection there.
No,
I mean,
listen,
I could
man,
care
it
less
is
who
what
he's
it
on
is.
holiday with.
It's mad. We're talking about Joe Gomez here.
went on a tangent there, didn't we?
But yeah, Trent, I think
When it's
I
easy.
think he signs the new deal.
Cool. We'll see.
That's
We'll
what I
see.
think. What do you think at home? Let us know. But yeah, Joe Gomez. I mean, Liverpool still haven't signed anyone. The only club
Why
in the
didn't he go
Premier League.
Newcastle?
I think he's open to a move, but the deal wasn't 100% right for Liverpool, and there was a bit of a rushed kind of feeling behind it because they needed to really rush it, but we were a bit like, we don't need to rush it. You've got your
I'll be
problems. It
fuming
sounds
if
like a bit of a
Trent
you problem,
on a
to be
free.
honest. But yeah, maybe I'll speak to Matty Renton, see if he's got any more info on that Joe Gomez move.
I could see him fitting in well at Newcastle. To be honest. Okay.
Probably as well as
Mate, he's a
Trent at
fantastic
Madrid.
player.
What?
It's almost like you're pushing it.
I'm not.
I am. Yeah.
You are.
I can't
No,
wait
it's what
to see
you
it.
hope to happen.
No, it's
isn't it?
I've
It's the way
thought about
Trent
this.
dunked on you.
I've thought about this Trent to Vinny switch for years, and it's
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Work of
I
art,
watch.
really.
It's a work
I watch
of art.
Trent to Diaz on a weekly
Not as good.
basis.
Not as good.
Not as good. Mbappe as well, better.
And also
Is
the
it?
fact that he will do it on a free. Wow.
And Jabi Alonso managing.
Inject that. Inject it. And a link up with Jude as well, who's meant to be going to Liverpool. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, get the likes up, people.
Jesus.
We're not even on 600 likes, and there's over 3,000 of you. How dare you?
How
Right,
dare
how
you.
dare you.
Smash the like button.
Clara Bitsy is back in the house.
That's so much
Berea
money,
says Bayern. She does. Send us a few quid.
Yeah, give us some money.
Bayern and Dortmund offered Obi Martin more money than United, according to Romano, but he still chose United. Black Pearl says, I don't understand what was wrong with Petrovic.
was alright for you.
What was right with him?
I liked him. No, he was a good
I
keeper.
don't think he was
is he?
Yeah,
that
he's
bad.
good keeper. Yeah. Not like world class or anything. But he did a
I've
job.
got 8 goalkeepers on the books, man.
I thought it was more.
Why
They
got
still
more than?
concede with 8 goalkeepers in than.
Well,
than
to be
net.
fair, some
Is
of them.
there a money loophole?
No, some
somewhere?
of those 8 are actually like Cobham Academy goalkeepers that like no one should really be counting. But there's probably like 5. There's 5 ones we've paid for, which is ridiculous. Yeah.
5 goalkeepers.
Maybe you just like to
there a
collect
plan
players,
here?
like
No, it's ridiculous.
Infinity
no,
Stones.
yeah, like Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
Like,
God,
collect
it
I'm not
Them
defending
are.
it. It's ridiculous. I don't know what we're doing with these keepers.
What's your club doing?
You're a mess, you know that.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Trent's
Your
going Real
club
Madrid.
is.
Sure. I'm just gonna say that to
You're
you
coming
all
like
season.
them,
All
them
season, I was gonna
Twitter
Every time
remind
he
you.
says something, say it.
You man stop
You
egging his
talk
house.
about other clubs without admitting that your own club is a bit of a mess.
He
but
knows.
hey ho.
So good
He knows,
at
yeah,
He
he
knows.
knows. He
He's gonna
knows.
look
He's
so
not.
good
He
like it.
He's not blind. He knows.
He actually is
he
quite
might
blind.
be.
Trent free kicks
in
at Real Madrid. Oh.
Clara then says wage structure or not. Osimhen is on 80k per week, and if the deal goes through, it would be a loan with obligation, so his salary won't change in any case. Yadvendra says the transfer window is just depressing for Liverpool fans. Can't even discuss players because we might not sign anyone. What I always say: wait till the window's shut, and then
What do you want from the window?
I'd like another 6 and a centre back, please. And then if Kelleher leaves,
What about
another-
Kwanzaa?
Yeah,
So you still got.
fantastic player.
So how many centre backs you
So
got?
you, I think you need 5, don't you? I think to go into a season in all comps, you need 5. So we've got at the minute Van Dijk, Konate, Joe Gomez, Kwanzaa. You could put Sepp Vandenberg in that category. I know he's been impressing Arne Slot in pre-season. There's a 20 mil tag on him. So if he goes, I'd like us to bring in another centre back, and then
maybe a left-footed one.
our third goalkeeper's already left. Maybe you promote Jaros from lower down and bring him into number 3. But I'd say a number. I don't think Liverpool sign more than 2.
No,
And
You
we've
happy
got-
with
we've got a month
Nunes
to do
up
it.
top?
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
John Barnes.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Bestowing
that guy's
greatness
opinion is.
No, he was
is to go
bestowing
on.
greatness on Nunes as he can be one of the best
What did
in
he
the
do?
world.
Oh, big him up then. Big him up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
I think this is the year. I've been saying that for free, but here we go. Abby, if you are confident and mocking Matisse and Chelsea, can you look in the camera right now for us and say that Spurs will finish above Chelsea?
I mean, we did this last season, but I mean,
You might as well run it again.
I know we can run it,
back.
but I'll wait till we do our season predictions that we always do.
Nah, we can do it again then.
All right,
if
we'll
you
finish above Chelsea. No bother.
want. Oh, no bother. We didn't
No
even
bother.
ask for the no bother bit. She's thrown that in
That
as
was
a
a bit
little
Irish.
freebie.
It wasn't even.
That was a bit Irish.
There wasn't no
wasn't
fault in there.
That was very Hugh, isn't it? No bother.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn, is that what we've become?
yeah.
Just rolls off the tongue now.
Fair enough.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Um,
Don't even need to say it with chest no more.
Oh,
Like, a bit, no.
here's a good one. This is for you, Matisse. Yadvendra says, Matisse, you clown. Right?
Clown.
Why don't you put your money where your mouth is, put some money on Trent joining Real Madrid? Let's see if you just like to bark.
Ooh, called you a dog.
Why are we betting on
No.
transfers? What's going on?
Got that dog in them.
You're betting on everything else, so you might as well.
Yeah, but
roll.
you got to pay up the bets first before you put new ones on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
true,
yeah.
yeah.
What,
Yeah.
how much does he owe?
50.
Pays me 50.
Wow.
I'll get it today.
That's a
50
chunk.
Wait, no, you don't.
Wait, hang on. You'll get it today.
You owe me 100.
Are you sure?
Excuse you. You owe me 100.
much
Flex owes me 50.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
need a
both
debt
of you.
collector.
Listen, DR production.
Maybe whoever pays first
everyone,
pays 50
It's
and
only
second person pays
20%.
Who owes you?
This one and Flex.
What's the difference?
You both got to pay me before the season starts.
No, I'd say end of the day. I'd put a real, and then that's when.
Yeah, but to be fair, Fleck's on a different time zone right now, isn't he? He's still on pre-season. Yeah,
So that means he's got more time.
No, you both got to pay me before the season starts. Otherwise, it doubles.
I would say like
new rule.
August the 1st.
New rule.
You're giving him 2 more weeks.
All right, fine. Listen, production, send out a message. We got to get this money done. I'll put my bank details in the.
It's interest on that if it don't come. Yeah, it's interest on it.
Bailiff.
I'm gonna come and collect that. Yeah.
Bailiffs.
He's commission, bro.
Bailiffs.
Come on, G.
They call me the devil round here.
I always wear a suit. Mason says to stop goals, you need more goalkeepers. It's a perfect loophole. That is true. You do need to stop conceding so many goals. But
We do.
You can only play one at a time.
I wish we could play all of them.
Play them all at centre half, like just across.
DR Sports has got in touch. It says Flex and Matisse, we will deny you studio entry until you run Abbi her money.
It's fair. It's fair. I've been more than patient. I've been waiting since May. I've been waiting a year.
No, we have to wait for it to be mathematically done because you guys started playing arse at the end of the season. We almost caught you.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
Cecil might have to get blocked at the door as well if your name's not on the list. If you've not,
I'll be on the door.
Yeah, nice. Love to see it. Josh says, I thought Gomez stick. The Gomez stick was Liverpool want Gordon the other way. Sounds more like a you problem to me. Eze to City to make Abby's dreams come true.
No, I'd rather have Eze at Spurs. Thank you.
Fair enough.
So you just need to win the league if Arsenal are up there.
Nice.
That's all I ask for.
In other news, Pascal Gross has joined his boyhood club, Borussia Dortmund, at the age of 33. I have to say, on Pascal Gross, over the last 5 years,
underrated player.
The most underrated player in the Premier League. The goals that he scores, the technique, unbelievably talented footballer, mate. Can play pretty much anywhere as well. So for him to go to his boyhood club, I rate it. The only thing I think for Brighton is they haven't really got to say goodbye, and he's kind of slipped out the door. But I rate that,
Yeah,
he's a good signing. A very, very technical player.
He was in the Germany squad for the Euros, wasn't he? Yeah.
And it looks like Dani Olmo wants that Barca move again. Had a decent Euros.
More than decent.
Can they afford?
Well, more than decent, but again, he's another player that you think with his age, he probably should have made this move a little bit sooner. So big up to him. He gets his dream move. Speaking of dream moves, Steve Mclaren.
Steve M. Mclaren, man,
has
Reggae
gone
boys.
To manage
the biggest
Jamaica.
Managerial coup of the summer.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? How football works and the names that pop up and the teams. At all stages, we thought it was Brucey Ball in a yard.
Yeah.
At one point. We thought it was, man, Brucey Ball in yard. But no, Steve Mclaren, move boy, sends him out the way, and Steve Mclaren is now the manager of Jamaica. Laurie, as a Jamaican, wearing the
dual
Reggae Boys shirt
Jamaican,
now.
Yes.
Talk to me about what this move will entail. Is he aware of what he's getting himself in for? Will he be able to bring back Leon Bailey? There's a few questions that need to be answered.
You know what? I'm sure he'll try and bring back Leon Bailey. Personally, I don't want to see Leon Bailey play for Jamaica again. I think he's been far too disrespectful. But we all know football doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
The manager will see it as an opportunity to try and get him on board. Because despite what I think of Leon Bailey as a person, isn't much, there's no doubt he's a talented footballer, and Jamaica need talented footballers. There's a lots of potential with Jamaica. Because of the dual heritage of a lot of the players, they can call upon certain talent that can get them to that World Cup. I mean, if you look at their qualifying group, I don't think, because America, Canada, Mexico are hosting the next one. And they are normally the obstacles that would prevent
They have to
Jamaica.
get to that
so
next
we have to get there.
They have to get there.
With Steve Mclaren, I mean, some people in England may look at it as a bit of a joke, but he's an experienced manager.
He is.
He's been there, done there, seen it.
We haven't seen him at this big stage for a very long time, though, isn't it?
He won't need an umbrella in Jamaica.
Yeah, but he was shadowing.
I've got a couple of questions. Has he still got that illusion of a haircut? I haven't seen him.
It's a bit of a.
It's like it's the baldest guy who's got the most hair I've ever seen in my life.
It's a bit of a sunroof on him.
It's crazy.
No, but listen.
And the last time I saw him managing in Holland, this is the last time I heard from him. He picked up an accent. Is he going to pick up the accent?
Well, this is why I'm calling him M. Mclaren. M. Mclaren.
I think I'd pay money to to watch Steve McLaren. Let's say he's
It's
7-8 months into the job.
And he has an accent.
Struggle.
Let's
Oh,
say
his press
7-8
conferences will
months
be
into the
brilliant.
job. If he puts on the accent, bro,
That
I
is
would pay you to
that
watch.
What a press conference.
Football heritage,
Yeah.
right there.
It would be. It would.
People are already comparing.
Are you
it to
confident
Cool
he'll actually do well,
Runnings as
though? Because I don't know what this is. Honestly, I don't know what's
What is
going
going
on.
Have you got dual heritage, Jamaica?
Yeah. I just
So,
feel like.
what do you think? Do you not?
I'm not inspired by it. No, I just
You're
feel. I
not?
feel like he's been
Okay.
out of action for too long. He's just. I know he's been at Man United, but
Who made you
what
prefer?
have Man United been doing?
No,
Do you know what I mean?
the link
I would have
is-
preferred a young up and coming coach that's like just like relevant, like in terms of like up. You know, he's actually like on an upward trajectory. I don't know where this has come from. So random to me.
At the moment, it's at a pretty low ebb. And I think a guy with his experience and his knowledge, presumably he has links to a lot of the players here as well. I think.
But do you think he'd be able to convince people to?
I think he could do, yeah, because he is a name in football, isn't he? I imagine he'll get on the
I
phone.
don't know if
and
these
he'll-
young players will know him. Honestly, might be too far back for
I
them.
think he's still just about
Oh,
relevant.
Wally with a brolly. That's you, isn't it? What have you been up
Yeah,
to
we're
last
showing
20 years?
the English.
I mean, listen, it is
Croatia.
Jamaica. We have to be honest. I mean, I think that's a bit of a coup for Jamaica.
Oh,
I really
I do, because it's like you say, it's an established name within the
Yeah,
European
yeah,
circuit.
yeah.
But
And apparently
I just
he's
can't
worked
predict
with,
what's going to happen.
He's a technical advisor at FIFA, and he's worked with the Jamaican
Is that
FA
the link?
before. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just come out
And
of
he
nowhere.
seems, from the stuff I've seen, he seems to be quite excited about the role. So let's hope it
I
works
bet
out.
he does. I bet he does.
I bet he does. as well. I
No, but he
bet
probably
can't
would have
wait.
made
I
more
would-
money.
If I
and,
was at his age and his money, man, I'd up sticks and move right out there. Jamaica's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been to in my life. It's wonderful. What's there more to do?
No.
You know what I mean? Go chill on
Factor
the beach.
50, but-
Factor 50. Yeah, he definitely needs his umbrella over there. But
but watch this space, man. It
Yeah,
could get
man.
interesting because, like I
I
said,
can't wait to watch
Jamaica
the chaos
have
that's about to ensue. I can't
some
wait.
potential real talent out there. You just got to try and get it on board and work with it and see where it goes. I think they've got the potential to qualify for the next World
You
Cup.
do realise in his press conference they're gonna, for a little token gesture, they're gonna ask him for a small impersonation.
They're
or-
going to ask him to smoke a joint.
I just can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to
really
see it.
can't wait
It
to see
came out
I
of
don't
left
know
field
what's
for
gonna
me.
happen. What
I
happened
mean,
to
there was
Steve
talks
Bruce,
about
though?
Steve Bruce, yeah.
Where's he?
Gutted. Just got booted out.
He's at the airport thinking, what? I thought it was me.
I must admit, it does
Got the
seem
wrong
slightly incongruous.
Was Martin
Steve
O'Neill on this
McLaren
list?
with Jamaica, but
Oh,
I'll
that'd
take
be
it.
cool.
Probably.
But I wonder if he'd come over as a
Tony Mowbray.
a number two, Steve Bruce. Yeah,
Can
doing
you
nothing.
imagine?
What a link.
Just get the whole band back together.
Yeah.
Premier
Yeah,
League
What a day for
2000
Jamaica,
2008
right?
managers.
Vibes Cartel out of prison.
We're not
And
going to
Steve
talk about
McLaren.
Vibes Cartel.
What
Back
week?
in the hot
What a
seat.
week.
Sam
for
Allardyce
Jamaica.
still knocking
Big
it.
Sam?
Big Sam.
Yeah.
I'd have him.
Redknapp.
Oh,
Larry.
He'd love it.
I'd actually
He'd
really
love
like that.
Unbelievable.
That's real vibes right there.
Watch this space. I think it could get interesting.
Oh, I'm sure it
We will be
Very
watching.
interesting.
We will be.
It's
We will be
gonna
watching.
It's gonna just be interesting.
It will be
It's gonna be
interesting.
fun.
It's gonna be incredible. I can't
It's
wait.
going to be fun, man.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up there. It's been a good show. We've delved into all the pre-season results and, of course, the transfer rumours. Matisse got rattled because apparently his club don't pay over 200k.
He's just reading out
any
wrong
day.
information as the host.
Okay,
Mad.
well,
Listen,
you
you're-
find me the website with the real numbers.
You need
on
to
and
just
we'll go
accept
from
it.
there.
Also, stop amortising the money you owe me. Okay, stop being like Chelsea.
Ooh,
Pay up.
Interesting.
I'm gonna pay you
Surely
£1.
there's interest.
Yeah, stop-
Pay you over 8 years.
yeah,
How
that's
about
what
we
you're
get a
trying to do.
down payment today of half?
No, I need cash.
No, I'm gonna
I need
pay her. I'm gonna
cash.
pay her in tens.
I don't know how you pay
10
me.
Ps.
Yeah, 10p's.
I didn't even say what tens. Yeah, you're right. No, I'm gonna
Not
pay
even
in tens.
pounds. Maybe
I'm
it's
gonna
a
pay in
different
£10.
thing altogether. But anyway, listen, it's been
10
great
tens.
to do this show. We'll be back on Monday, and don't forget, next Thursday, things are really gonna start heating up as we delve into the Premier League previews the week after. But I can't wait. It's a long season ahead.
Oh,
of
I
you guys.
can't wait,
Are you all
guys.
ready for this?
Ready.
I
So
am.
was it 2 weeks on Friday?
2 weeks Friday it starts, mate.
Man United first.
Can't
isn't it?
wait. Can't
8
wait.
o'clock kickoff. We'd love to see it. Right, Nicky,
Thank you.
Abbi, Matisse, Laurie, thank you so much for your presence this morning. Thank you to you at home. On the way out, just make sure you do smash that like button, get us to 1,000, and we'll be back. Don't worry about that. Take care.